Here we go. All right, folks. Again, this is Jim Tanner. Excited to be here with you this evening. And I'm excited that you're all able to come here to be here together. Welcome to all of our agents of change. This is the final event that we're going to have as a power team for the year 2021. Can you believe that? I mean, a lot of you, I'm looking at the faces on the panel for the folks that are with us live. Some of you, you've been with us less than a month. Some of you have been with us the entire year. And I've been here, it'll be 18 years in February. So what a couple of years it's been. I know we're excited to watch that ball drop. I hope you're excited to join me on the 1st at 2 p.m. Eastern. For those of you that can make it, for those that can't, I'm going to record it. But I'm going to spend some time. I believe that the 1st of the month in the new year is the perfect time before we start getting all the announcements from Legal Shield. You're going to hear on the 3rd about some incentives that you're going to be excited about. But I want to spend some time with you on the 1st, for those that can join me, talking about laying a foundation for your business for 2022 and beyond that will set really the mindset, I would think, put a concrete mindset around exactly what you need to focus on. Because in Legal Shield, there's a million things you can focus on, be distracted by, or pulled towards, and not all of it benefits growing your business. So I'm going to talk about that for about an hour to an hour and a half on the 1st, 2:00 p.m. Eastern. I'll record it again, as I've been saying. But again, a lot of you are just joining me. Welcome. It's our final circle up of the year 2021. And I'm excited that we're able to be here together. I've asked Teresa Burke and Jim Fletcher to share some thoughts as well. But before I turn it over to them, I think it's appropriate that we talk about this. I got the number here. As of right now, we have created, as an organization, a power team, Agents of Change, 540 guest accounts in the month of December, and there are still several days left to the month. Last month, we did 245 guest accounts. Some of you are saying, I don't know what a guest account is. We'll train on that on the 1st, on Saturday. But for the rest of you, just bear with me here. 245 people in our power team had the door open so that they could discover. I'll bet some of you are the 245 are part of that 245 people that in the month of November, one of our Agents of Change said, I'm not going to be selfish about the opportunity. Someone shared it with me. I'm going to share it with others. And you are one of the people they shared it with. That happened for 245 people in the month of November. And some of those people are the December associates that are here with us, producing in the month of December, protecting men and women, business owners, families, employees of those businesses, making a difference in your community. And that's why, because I understand how those numbers fit together, that's why I am over the moon excited. What I thought was the big reach, could we get to 500 in the month of December? That's what we talked about, dreamed about, challenged each other for on December 1st. And now on December 28th, by the time the sun rose on the East Coast, you had already passed 500 new guest accounts created. And that's going to lead to more of you becoming associates. More of those guests will become associates. More of those associates will be the producers that go out in their communities across the 50 states in the US, across every province and territory in Canada, and share these services with individuals, families, business owners, their employees, commercial truck drivers, public safety, police and fire. This is why you're Agents of Change. And I can't tell you how proud I am of you in words that will communicate the feeling that's inside of me. I am immensely proud of this group of men and women that have embraced this concept, this moment, and turned it into a movement. That we don't just say, I am the lighthouse, and then move on, pat ourselves on the back. Isn't it fun to say that? But we act as if we are the lighthouse each and every day, shining light into the darkness, revealing paths to entrepreneurship and financial futures that are totally different for people. That's what you do, and that's what you've done so incredibly in the month of December. And on our horizon Well, the best is certainly yet to come, but what that best looks like in numbers, in black and white, those stories are yet to be told. So folks, let me step out of the way. We're not going to be with you for that long this evening. But again, congratulations. I want to first take the Zoom down to Virginia Beach, Virginia, to Teresa Burke. You all know Teresa well. She basically makes sure that I know what's going on at all times with Zoom, because most of the time I have no idea what I'm doing. She makes me look good on here. And she's a top recruiter, massive, coachable, professional entrepreneur, future millionaire club member, and on her way to her six-figure ring. Teresa, we'd love to have you come on and just share with us this evening some of your thoughts about the month of December, really whatever's on your heart that you'd like to share. And of course, your thoughts going into 2022. Are you with us?
I sure am. Can you hear me okay?
I'm going to spotlight you. Absolutely.
All right. Hey, everybody. Happy end of 2021. Oh, my goodness. It's here already. So I'm so excited about next year. I'm excited about the end of this year more so, though, as we get to the end of the year and make sure that we are getting our plans for next year, tightened down, ironed out, get some goals going. It's important that we remember that we still have a couple of days left this year. So if you are in that place where you're kind of on edge and you really don't know what it's going to take to get you PC qualified before the end of this month, ask somebody. Let us help you do whatever we can to make sure that you get there, because there's still time at this point. And moving forward, no matter what, that should be one of those goals that's at the top of your list. So I want to talk a little bit about what that means. And really what I mean by that is, this time last year, I had been Performance Club qualified for 2 months. And that was the minimum. I mean, I think I scraped right by at $100 in premium for those 2 months. So protecting 2 individuals will let you get to Performance Club qualify every single month at a $50, $49.90 plan. Okay. Protecting 2 families gets you to the place where you're at about, what is that? I'm sorry, my math is a little off right now. I think it's 130. So once you get to the place where you're protecting 3 to 4 families per month, you're going to Performance Club Pro qualify. And what that means is you're eligible for higher, bigger bonuses than what it is if you were just scraping by with the minimum. Now, I say minimum, but here's what I mean. Okay. If you are working more than an hour a week on your business, there should be no reason that you can't get to that place, or that we can't help support you to get you to that place. Okay. It means you're qualifying for these free trips that we have. It means that you're qualifying for these bonuses that we get just for doing what we're supposed to do anyways. So this month marks month number 15. And since I'm already Performance Club qualified this month, I am at 16 months Performance Club qualified. I don't want to toot anybody's horn, but I know Mr. Tanner is over the 90-month mark. Okay. And Feletra and Saul, and there's quite a few of us that have really started to understand that as long as we start with the focus there and make sure that's the solid ground, every single month is going to increase, right? Because we have that, that I'm doing at least this much every month. I'm going to make sure that next month it's more than what it was this month. So the way that works, just in case any of you don't know, is when you have more than 200 points in a month, which is premium. Okay. So if you have 4 individual memberships with ID and the identity theft and I said it right, the ID shield and the legal shield, and you hit that 200, anything over that rolls over into the next month up to 100 points. Okay, so as long as you are hitting that 200, or if 3 every single month, the next month you're going to be Performance Club qualified. It will help you get to a place of consistency with your business, that once you see, oh, it's been 2 months, oh, it's been 3 months, oh my gosh, I got a bonus check just for doing what I was supposed to do anyways. You're going to realize that you don't want to leave that money on the table, and you're going to make sure no matter what that you get it. So reach out to whoever of us that, is that person for you, and make sure that we do whatever we can to help you get to that place. Because I can promise, if, we call you and say, hey, what can we do to help you get Performance Club qualified? We mean it. We're trying. Now, understand there's only so much of that we can do for you, but we can spell it out and tell you these are the steps that you can take to get to that place. Then it becomes up to you to actually do the action to make that happen. And again, whatever we can do to guide you into that space, that's what we want to do. Setting the goals. Number one goal for me next year is to use my membership. Use my membership. The legal membership, clearly it's not all the time, but the ID Shield, making sure that, every day you check it, every week, once a week you check it, whatever that looks like. It's important to make sure you know what's going on with that. And I spoke yesterday about getting on the Ladies of Justice identity theft encores and the will workshops that are all, by the way, on the Legal Shield calendar. I know that there's only so much that's happening at the end of this year before the first, but I can promise you that those events will be going back up on Slack on a regular basis for you all to see, as well as being able to log into that Legal Shield calendar. The other side of that is when you add a new associate, right? You want to send them the link for those events through the Prospect by Legal Shield app, so that you can know if they're getting on them, if they're RSVPing, if they're actually attending the event. It's important that when we're recruiting in a space of, a higher volume, that we focus on consistency of making sure everybody has the same information, because the last thing we want you to do, even if you decide not to, even if that person decides that they're not going to spend, the next year working 40 hours a week with their Legal Shield business, we still want them to have their membership and to understand why it's important to keep it forever. So I'm not going to dwell too much on that. I did want to share that because I thought it was really important. And the excitement that I have for Legal Shield moving forward is this really was my first year solid just in Legal Shield. I cannot say that I was full-time because it would be tough for me to come up with a week that I actually spent 40 solid hours working on my business, except for these last few weeks. I think I might have been spending closer to 60 just because I'm so excited about, the end of the year. However, what I'm saying is next year for me will be my first solid, full-time, consistent. I've got everything ironed out and I know exactly what I'm doing every single day to facilitate that $100,000 ring on my finger, that goal into the space of making this my primary and my primary source of income. And the goal is for us to help you all find a way to do that just the same. And I know if you're a part of my my immediate business partners, then I'll tell you, I want to go as fast as you're willing to go. I don't want to slow you down. So if you're in a space of feeling like you haven't gotten as much help as you need, or you're just kind of stuck, please feel free to reach out. If we don't answer right away, there's a lot going on in a day, but we want to get back with you. We want to have a conversation. We want to talk to you, right? Mr. Tanner, as well as, I'm sure Jim Fletcher, just the same. We want to make sure that those people that we're inviting to be a part of our team have all of the resources that we have and have the same opportunity we have to create that real lasting residual income. And so I'm grateful to be a part of this with every single one of you, not only that's on this call, but anybody that might be watching the replay, and just excited for what next year means. I mean, there's a lot of new things coming. It's our 50th anniversary next year, and Oklahoma City is going to be huge. It's not just going to be this is, a regular convention. I think the idea there really is that not only is this a big year, because 2022, hopefully we will have gotten past some things with, the pandemic stuff that slowed us down, that will really get us into a place of more people feeling comfortable, being there. We'll get to take rides to the home office and tour it and, shake hands with some people that we see on Zooms all the time that we just, we're not able to connect with the same way. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to be a part of it with all of you. I'm excited for Agents of Change Founders Summit that I'm sure will be amazing. And I'm excited to see all of you there with your shirts on. I usually wear my Agents of Change shirt on Tuesday night. I have an actual Legal Shield shirt on, but I do not have an Agents of Change shirt on this evening. So I can't wait for all of you to see it. I don't know if there's going to be any redesign to it. I like it just the way it is, but if there is, we can, we can get new ones if we need to. Jim, you just let us know. We'll order what we need to. I'm excited. I'm excited for all of you to be a part of this. So I don't want to keep dwelling on just that I'm excited, but if you're struggling with goals, I'm going to give you one last little tip for me that really helped this year. First of all, the 12-week year. The 12-week year is a book that taught me that I can get pretty much the same thing done in 12 weeks as I could get done in 12 months. And the design looks like this. The first week of the month, the year is January. The second week is February. The third week is March, etc. Right? And every 12 weeks, you just regroup. For me, because Wednesdays are one of those days that's more associate development, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday are the 4 weeks of the month of January for me. So it's really important when we talk about consistency and getting that flow, thank you so much, Jim. When we talk about consistency and getting that flow, that we have it down, that we have a schedule that we're following, that we are measuring what we're doing so that we know we are moving forward this week from last week. So measure it. If that just means you writing down how many number of calls you made in a day, how many no's, how many yeses, whatever that looks like for you, find some way to track what you're doing now so that you can have a bigger goal for what you're doing further down the line, the second week of the year, the third week of the year, whatever that looks like for you. Break it down into 3 goals. Okay, whether that means 2 business, 1 personal, 1 business, 2 personal, whatever that looks like for you, break it down into 3 goals. Okay, 3 goals that you really focus on. And for each one of those goals, break that down into 3 action steps. What can you be doing every single day in those 3 steps to gear yourself towards that goal? And I'll give you one little short example. Okay, my personal goal is to not attain a certain weight, but to feel better about what I'm doing. And there's a specific, to it number. I'm not going to give you what it is. But I know what that number is because I'm old enough, to understand where that lies for me. What goes hand in hand in that is my 3 steps, which is drinking at least a gallon of water every day, eating clean for every single meal. And the third one is going to be 30 minutes of at least intense exercise every single day. Okay, so those are the 3 pieces that break down into the bigger goal of what that number is. Okay, I probably should have picked something else considering I don't really want to share that with everybody. Considering I don't really want to share that number with everybody, now that it really matters. So the point is, pick that goal and then break it down. And so the Building a Millionaire Mindset book that we are reading teaches you to break it into a ladder. Right? Put that big, huge goal at the top, and then you got to start, at the bottom and move yourself into the different spaces. 30-day goal, 45, whatever that is. There are so many ways for you to get to a place where you understand what your goals are and how you attain them. Number 1, think bigger. Think bigger. If your goal is to recruit 3 people by the end of January, add a 0, multiply it by 3, whatever you got to do, think bigger. Anytime you write down a goal, look at it again and say, I wonder how I can make that a little bigger. Right? And it starts with your why. So it's always important, at this time of the year, at the beginning of the year, to really revisit those. I would tell you once a month. There you go, Jim Fletcher, 10 times. I would tell you once a month, go back, and really, really revisit what your why is, because that is what keeps us doing what we're doing. It prevents us from saying, I'm going to quit because I don't see why this is important. You go back to it, you revise it, you read it. And so I'll leave you with this. Josh Riches, one of Mark's children, did a training when we were in Cookeville back in the end of 2018. And he said, listen, your why is really important. It has to be strong enough for your journey. Okay. Your why has to be strong enough for your journey. It has to get you out of bed every day. It has to make sure that you understand why you're doing what you're doing, whether it's a vehicle for you to open up an orphanage in some third world country, whether it's, you just want to be able to drive a 1968 Camaro Super Sport blue with the white racing stripes. I'm just kidding, but you understand what I'm saying. We all have different goals, different reasons for doing what we're doing. Okay. So revisit that why, and here's how you do it. You write down the first thing you think of. Okay. I want to provide my children with a different life than I had growing up. Okay. Read it again. So I want to provide my children with a different life growing up than I had. Why is that important? And then you write that down. And then you read that statement. And then why is that important? And you write it down again. And then, or write down that next statement rather. Read it again. Why is that important? And then you write that down. And you reread it before you write the next sentence, and all the way until you get to the bottom of the page or the 3rd page. I think it took me 4, to where you really define what that means for you. It's going to change. It's going to update. You're going to understand why it's important for it to, evolve, if you will. And I can almost guarantee you that when you are consistent about looking at why that's important at least once a month, it's really going to push you and propel you into that place. Because at this time next year, you're going to look and go, wow, man, this is my, not maybe not man, sorry, wow. This is what my why was last year. And it is completely different this year, because not only have I attained these goals and pushed myself into a different place, but I am quite literally a different person today than I was then. And I am confident saying that I am quite literally a different person today than I was a year ago, sitting in this place. So thank you for having me. I appreciate you letting me share, and I'm honored to have had that opportunity. I am also so grateful to be a part of all of your journeys, as well as, the mentorship between, Jim and everybody that's a part of what we're doing. So thank you so much for being a part of our Agents of Change group. And we're happy to have you as part of it.
Thank you very much, Teresa. Fabulous work. And you're absolutely right on the money. And I just love your passion, your powerful enthusiasm for what we do every day, and the meaning that it brings to the people whose lives we touch with our services and our opportunity. We're going to continue on now. I'm going to introduce Jim Feletra, but before I bring you on, Mr. Feletra, let me let everybody know, in case they didn't see it in Slack, I want to be here to say that I am excited. I never thought that if this day came, I would be excited about this day coming, but I am. Here's the day. For the last decade of my life in the state of Massachusetts, where I live, I have been awarded the top recruiter honors for associates in my state. I have beat every single one of them every year for the last decade of my life. But that reign comes to an end in 2021. There will not be an 11th year in a row. Now, that's not to say there won't be an 11th year. I am far from finished with my work, but the reign ends at a decade, because Mr. Jim Feletra, who also lives here in Massachusetts, defeated me this year by recruiting more people, touching more lives than I did. And he did it so well and efficiently that we're able to recognize him, because there is no question. It is not close. He beat me handsomely, as they say, here in the state of Massachusetts. And he is, in fact, now the reigning top recruiter in 2021 for associates in the state of Massachusetts. Congratulations to you, sir. I am so excited to be defeated by someone in our Agents of Change organization. The floor is yours.
Thanks, Jim. And that never would have happened without you. So it's not like I did it completely by myself. You definitely were instrumental in helping me do that. You taught me everything I know, and I appreciate that very much. Yeah, I don't know what to say other than thank you. And following Teresa Burke is very difficult, because I'm not sure what to say now, because she said it all, it seems like. So I'm just going to say that this month has been great. I'm looking forward to the new year. There's a lot of people out there right now, guys, that they're looking for a new opportunity. I've had a lot of interest today. My phone was off the hook. I've been on the phone. I was on the phone from 8:30 this morning until 2:30, until I was putting together my kids' bikes, and then following up with more emails and phone calls. There are people that they're looking at the new year, and they're seeing they want to do something different with their life or with their business or whatever it might be, but they're seeing opportunities. So there are people out there. So don't think that just because it's almost New Year's, people aren't interested, because they definitely are. The number of guest accounts that I had today were, I had over 10, I think. So I'm just looking at my notes here, and I think January and February are going to be even bigger for people. If you're looking to recruit people that are looking to, because people are looking to start they're looking to, their New Year's resolutions. They want to start a new career, And we have the opportunity for people. And I think people are seeing that right now. So um, let's see. Wait, I'm just looking at notes. I'm sorry because Teresa's so difficult to follow, Teresa. um, but the one thing I can say is do your 2 exposures a day at the very least. 5 is the best. 2 is just too easy, to be honest with you. Everybody says 2 exposures, but it really should be at least 5. 5 is not that hard. It's very not hard. It's not that hard. And here comes my Boston accent with my hard. Teresa's laughing at me. So, but at the very least, 5 exposures a day. In you, there's no way that you cannot be Performance Club qualified every single month. That's like Teresa said earlier. That's 2 individual memberships. There's no reason that anybody here can't do that if you're doing 2 to 5 exposures every single day. So that's basically that's how I got started, was doing 2 to 5, and Teresa's promoting a book. I'll promote a book right now, 10X Rule. The only difference between success and failure, 10X, you need to do more. If you do more, you're going to expose more. If you expose more, you're going to recruit more, or you're going to sell more memberships. That's the only way. So with that, Jim, I'll throw it back to you, but I'm just do more this year. Whatever you think it is going to take to get to where you want to be, it's going to take more. That's what this book is all about. And I've learned, and as soon as I started following that, I started doing way more business. So just whatever you think it's going to be, multiply it by 10. You're going to come up short on that multiple. But you know what? You're going to do way better than what you thought it was going to take with your original number. So that's it, Jim. I throw it back to you, man.
Thank you very much, Jim Fletcher. And we increased by 4 guest accounts just while we've had this meeting in the last 20 minutes. 4 more people have started their journey towards learning about our opportunity and our services and how they could position themselves to use Legal Shield as a vehicle to create multiple streams of income, long-term residuals, and cash flow for their families. This is happening. I just want to say, I know I said, half an hour, give me 5 minutes. This is happening. We talked about this. We had our first mastermind in September. And here's what we talked about as leaders. I know not all of you were with us then, because we had a vision for opening the door wider than it's ever been opened before, so that you could be a part of this mission with us. We said, we don't know the names. We don't know that it'll be Jasmine English and Hope Reeves. We don't know that it'll be Bill Owens and Andrea Davis. We don't know that yet. We didn't know the names, but we knew the vision, that there wasn't enough of us to tell the story in enough places where it has to be done. And at that mastermind event in September, we talked about revealing the path that so few people know even exists, that the path to mentorship by millionaires and successful people, but also not just financially successful, big thinkers, to reveal the path to say that when you come here, you don't just get access to a business, you get access to the men and women who've already done this, who've already walked and run these roads, who cut a path through the jungle and then paved it for us. We said that we were going to reveal paths and we were going to open doors that have been closed for far too long. We talked about this. Remember, those of you that were with us at that mastermind, we said that for far too many, for far too long, the path to entrepreneurship and what we whimsically call the American dream has been out of touch and out of reach because it has an enemy. All around us are people saying that success is for other people. All around us, people are putting up barricades and barriers to us moving forward. We wanted to open that door. We wanted to show people that you don't have to go to the bank with a business plan and plead. You don't have to mortgage your home to start a business. You don't have to have a gambler's mentality and go for it and hope that it works and risk losing everything you have attained trying to get to the next level. You don't have to do that because you're funded on day one with a Legal Shield business. You don't need venture capitalists to take part of your company because you're funded on day one with this Legal Shield business. And you don't have to compromise. It's not a lesser opportunity. It's a $1 billion company with the branding, collateral, C-level executives, visionary leaders, the pioneers still in place, many of them. Products that are priced right and are needed now more than ever before. And then on top of that, 1-year advance commissions, residual income payments for up to 20 years on every plan. Opportunities to continue to expand our reach through ID Shield for business, cybersecurity products, Legal Shield for people that own businesses, people that drive commercial trucks, and all of this expansion that's happening all around us. We really had that moment. That was our opening, if you will, our grand opening. And we have come all this way in this fourth quarter plus to this day. We're going to talk more about where we go from here on January 1st. The day one event, I'll post about it in Slack. Make sure all of you are in the Slack. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say in our Slack, talk to your sponsor, talk to your executive director, because we want to make sure that you are in our communication stream so that you don't miss anything. On Saturday, 2:00 p.m. Eastern, adjust that for wherever you're watching this. We're calling it day one. I'm going to spend some time with you talking about where we go from here. But what we have done has laid an incredible foundation for where we go from here. And now the hard work that has to be done between today, Tuesday, December 28th, and the end of the month, the end of the year, December 31st, when the month closes officially and the year closes officially, but the month specifically for us at midnight Central on December 31st, here is where we are. As leaders, we are only as good as our results. And the way we measure our results is not by how many people we've recruited. That's how we measure our focus on growth. But how we measure our results is in whether or not you are earning income, whether or not you are getting deposits, and specifically whether or not you are getting Performance Club qualified each and every month. And whether December for you is your 9th month, 90th month, or first month, we want you to prioritize it. There are plenty of days left to accumulate the needed 100 points to Performance Club qualify. And we will, in fact, and indeed, stand by you and help you finish that work. Today, tomorrow, Thursday and Friday, we are available. Your leaders. Maybe all you need is just some clarity on what it takes to get Performance Club qualified. Maybe what you need is what I needed back in the day, a stiff kick in the butt. Whatever you need and however you need it, we stand ready. With an arm for your shoulder or a boot for wherever you might need that instead. Let's finish December with the same enthusiasm, energy, conviction, and focus that we started the month with. No one can ever say again that we can't open 500 doors because we've done it. 544 and climbing. Where we'll finish is anyone's guess. But the fact that we can create goals and visions for a future brighter and then accomplish those things and climb higher has now been proven. I thank you, Teresa Burke and Jim Fletcher, for your words this evening. And I thank all of you for joining us, taking some time away from your family and your business to get this information as we wrap up the month here in the final week, the final stretch over the next few days. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fantastic year. I'm excited to join you on the 1st. We'll talk about the new year and the new plans and everything that's going to happen next. But let me say this one final time to this group, my friends, my business partners. My name is Jim Tanner. I am an agent of change. I am the lighthouse. And I know that you are too. Good night, everybody.